Hello, Jonathan Bear here, acting as Mercury's messenger, and this is the show Random Stuff. Thanks for joining me, everybody. This video is probably going to be pretty short. What I want to talk about is what I have to offer to everyone in regards to readings, channeling. What is that exactly? And a little bit about my identity as Jonathan Bear. Okay, let's actually start with that. My identity as Jonathan Bear. So my name is Jonathan, and Bear kind of came from a nickname. Um, my last name's Cote, and so I was called Papa Cote or Papa Bear in the past. It might have had to do with being a Grateful Dead fan or the furry face with in regards to the Grateful Dead, the Jer Bears, the dancing bears, right? I have a tattoo of the Grateful Dead with the bears in it on my arm. Anyhow, so that's kind of where the bear came from. But I've always been actually called Kevin because Kevin's my middle name, but that's what my parents always called me growing up. So I went by Kevin Cote most of my life. And I've been going as Jonathan Bear here on Facebook, and on my YouTube I've been presenting myself as Jonathan Bear. Yet I think I'm going to change that, and I'm going to start introducing myself as Jonathan Casey. Uh, Casey being my initials. I just feel it's more authentic, right? Or more real, rather than an alias. In a way, it still kind of is an alias, yes and no. Jonathan, I've always felt a little bit more professional of a name. And, I talked about the numerology of my name in the past. Jonathan comes up to the number 5. Same thing as Kevin Cote together, which that's what I was known as, right? Kevin Cote. That is also the number 5, and Mercury rules that number. Okay, which is pretty cool. The whole name together equals the number 10, which is a whole other story, and it just sounds like I'm inflating my ego if I talk about it. So let's skip that part. Let's go to channeling. I'll go backwards into how I ordered it in presenting it. So channeling, what does that mean? You hear often a lot of other astrologers saying they're gonna channel this planet or the Pleiadians, or different ideas like that. I even recently, someone on Facebook was asking about channeling Vulcan. I'm not even really familiar, but nonetheless, what is channeling? You know what? I say that I channel the planet Mercury, and I just feel it's a natural thing because of my birth chart, right? That I just am in tune with that planet naturally through my birth chart, but as well, I live the kind of lifestyle that also allows me to channel. Okay, I'm secluded in the woods. There are some people around, but I'm pretty much I stick to myself most of the time. I do really enjoy being around people. I usually don't know how to be around people, but I love festivals, and I really enjoy being social. It's just not something I do very often. I'm more focused, paying attention to my surroundings, to reality, and different things like that. And I'm listening to what I feel I hear the universe saying in regards to the synchronistic events and coincidences and so on. so forth that surrounds my everyday life. Okay? When I hear other astrologers talk about channeling, uh, I feel the vibe of that person. And if that person doesn't seem to really be someone who meditates and who takes a lot of time in recluse, uh, I just feel like there's they're saying more than what they're really truly doing. Um, I don't really feel I can't really speak for them and say for certain or whatever, but I have my doubts on what exactly they're talking about. So, if it's an astrologer that I can tell, you know, contemplates on things, uh, tries to seek insight from the atmosphere around them, not necessarily the immediate atmosphere, just atmosphere in general, encompassing the whole universe, right? If I feel like they really have that connection, they take the time to really sit and listen and pay attention, then I think there is something there. Okay, so I just feel the reason why I spoke of it is I just feel like the word might be thrown around sometimes, or just dismissed as nonsense, um, because it's thrown around so much. Okay, so basically that's where I wanted to go there. I never even really felt that comfortable in saying that I'm channeling a planet, just because of that aspect of the words thrown around and people dismiss it and what exactly does it mean. Okay, so I just wanted to explain myself on channeling and what I think and my views and whatnot on that. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about is what I would like to start offering here to everyone. Um, I don't have anything set up right now. I don't have a website set up. Um, I've already been contacted by someone on my channel, who's a subscriber, asking if I can do a reading for them, and I have no problem. I encourage it. I would love to do readings for everybody. Um, I'm not even going to charge anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it up to your discretion on what you feel the reading was worth to you. Um, my suggested amount, I guess, is about $30 for 30 minutes, kind of deal. I'll probably do like a 45-minute reading or something like that, and I'll only consider it a half an hour reading, because in the reading I do a little bit of contemplating, and I don't want to charge you for those moments where I'm just kind of, you know, what am I reading in these aspects here, or I go over the same aspects a few times, because I really want to make sure I'm not giving you the wrong advice. I don't want to be reading it incorrectly and whatnot. And I feel to do it live, to just, instead of editing it for you to hear the whole thing, even if I did get it wrong the first time, I feel you're still gonna get something out of every interpretation of it, especially if the final interpretation is the most accurate one, or the one that I feel most comfortable with, right? Because I have examples on that, but I don't feel like it's really appropriate or worth mentioning in this video. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get into the habit now of saying Jonathan Casey. Okay, so hello, Jonathan. Whatever. I'll feel under pressure to do it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Thanks to my subscribers. Bye now.